Welcome, partiers, back to the show. This is Party Pastime, the show where my good buddy Patrick and I like to talk about the entertainment news that matters to us of the week. I'm your host, Thomas, and I am, of course, joined by my good buddy Patrick.
It's me.
It's Patrick.
Back again.
It's Patrick Pastime, starring Patrick Reese. Hi, Patrick.
Hi. It's 10:40 p.m. here.
It's another night of after hours. Pat, we are in one of our favorite times of the year. It is officially October. Spooky
it is
season,
October.
Here we come.
The month of my birth. Therefore, it is objectively the best month of the year.
Woohoo!
I will not be taking dissenting opinions.
You have anything planned for your birthday coming up?
I have the whole weekend off, and I have, at the moment, I don't really know what I'm doing during the days, but at least, the 25th, 26th, and 27th, I have concerts on those nights, and then, the 28th, I think, is when I'm going to do Halloween Horror Nights.
Sick.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I told you, last time I saw you, Pat, I have never done HHN, and I would love to do that sometime.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that you've never done HHN. I don't think we have a definite. We don't like the group that I go with. We don't have like a definitive date picked out or anything.
Right.
Just sort of getting a vibe for what days of the week work best for other
Yeah,
people, and weekdays work best for going to the event in general because the crowds are less. But you know. I'll definitely go this year before it's over. I have to. It's a yearly tradition.
Yeah. What house are you excited for the most?
Most excited? Let me check the lineup real quick.
3 days later.
So, based off of this, I'll say Slaughter Cinema 2 looks pretty interesting. Slaughter Cinema was a house that they had a few years ago, and it was one of my favorites because they built like their own mythology of like B-movie grindhouse villains.
Ooh.
And it's like really pulpy and cheesy.
Yeah.
Trauma
type.
You know, sort of, yeah, like, you know, the cult of the demon baby. And, like, you know, you're walking through, you know, an old silver screen drive-in type thing.
I would love to see Toxic Avenger there.
So that's interesting. I'm always interested in the Universal Monsters houses, Eternal Bloodlines. This one has Van Helsing and this year, so that's cool. I don't care about the Insidious house. I mean, I'll go through it because I'm just like, you know, I got to do every house. Interesting that there's a Monsters of Latin America house this year, so based specifically on like Latin American mythology.
Yeah, I heard about that. That one's very interesting.
Have
they done something like that before?
Maybe. I know a couple, like quite a while ago, they had a house that was based off like a particular Latin American myth.
Gotcha.
But I don't know that it's just been like so broad. Major Sweets Candy Factory sounds interesting. I'm a big fan of factory settings in houses. They're usually pretty cool. Honestly, all of these sound pretty cool. I guess, I don't know, the one that interests me the least, I guess, is Insidious, just because I don't like those movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got A Quiet Place, you got Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Frozen Empire, not particularly good movie, but the Ghostbusters house from 2019 was awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I think all of these are actually pretty cool sounding.
Nice. Pat, before we get into our show, you got a little gift from one of your favorite bands this week that I think you're wanting to share.
Yeah, interesting. So, an artist that I like named Thief put out an album this year that I absolutely adore called Bleed Memory. And I opted to purchase the album directly from their Bandcamp page because I think supporting artists that you like is important. So I bought the Bandcamp exclusive vinyl directly from Thief. Dylan is his real name. And I was surprised to see that he shipped it himself. Like it was his name on the package. And it got here really fast. He shipped it immediately, literally within like 15 minutes of me like submitting the order. I got the email from Bandcamp that it had been shipped, so he'd already made the label, and pretty cool. He threw in a free sticker, and he also he gave me a little handwritten note, saying thanks for the support. You know, glad I like the album. Said he hoped I was safe because at the time the hurricane hadn't come through Florida, so he was like, he said he hoped I was safe during the hurricane that he had just heard about. So really cool. Thanks, Dylan. You make really sick music, and I appreciate it. So, yeah.
A little early birthday gift for you, Pat. To yourself.
Yeah, to myself. I do that a lot. Oh, it's January? Early birthday gift to myself.
Wow, wait, hold on. You ordered that back in January?
No, I ordered it like a week ago.
Oh, wow. About to say, I was like, wait, the timeline doesn't add up here.
No, it's like a running joke that I have where like my birthday never ends. I'm always buying myself something for my birthday.
Oh, I get it.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our show, Pat. A little off the top segment real quick. Patrick, I know we're all waiting for Stranger Things Season 5 to come out.
Yes.
It's taking like 6 years for this one season to come out. But some interesting news came out. Patrick, Frank Darabont is one of my favorite directors in the industry. A lot of us know him from doing movies like, of course, the big one, Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, and The Mist. So a lot of Stephen King adaptations. He was also the showrunner for like the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this until this news came out. He retired 11 years ago, and he's going to be coming back to direct 2 episodes of Stranger Things Season 5.
Yeah, I saw that. Interesting that this is what he comes out of retirement for.
Yeah, so this is what he said.
He would really like money.
What really dragged me out of retirement was that my wife and I really love this show. Our content now is so filled with horrible people doing horrible things for greedy reasons, but Stranger Things has so much heart. That positivity is something I really responded to. Pat, I know we kind of made fun of this a couple weeks ago talking about just streaming services in general. Just how like a lot of shows have like a significant amount of breaks between seasons. And
yes.
I know there's been a lot of fans in general of just Stranger Things alone that it has been kind of dreading the new season because it's just coming. Every season of Stranger Things has come out within like a 2, maybe 2.5 year gap, the most. But this news really it keeps me optimistic about Stranger Things Season 5. I don't know about you, Pat. I didn't really care much about Season 4 as much as I did of the previous seasons.
But, that's crazy, dude. I actually think Season 4 is the best season.
Really?
I think Season 4 is the best season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Season 1 is the best season. like if I'm thinking like critically about it, I think Season 1, like objectively, I think Season 1 is the best season.
Yeah.
Season 4 is my favorite season, and I don't like Season 3.
Really?
So going from Season 3 to Season 4, I was like, yeah, baby, we're back. We're on the up and up.
You see, Pat, I'm the opposite. I thought Season 3 was the best season.
Yeah, that's a very hot take around these parts. Being the internet, I think universally, I think Season 3 is just like not that well loved. by most
Yeah,
people.
I've said it before. I think the one thing I just didn't like about season 4 was there was all these characters that just came and went. There was just so many characters to keep track of. It got a bit overwhelming sometimes.
That's par for the course in any Stranger Things season. Every Stranger Things season introduces characters that are like doomed to die.
Well,
Which is
yeah, it's been a tradition.
Yeah, which is, unfortunate. Let's see. So yeah, damn, season 1 was all the way back in 2016, huh?
Yeah.
So 2016, and then season 2 was my birthday, 2017. Season 3 was 2 years later. And then season 4 was 3 years later.
Fucking years.
3 years later, and now this one is also 3 years
Yeah.
later. So,
But
yeah.
What I was trying to say, Pat, is someone like me that didn't really. I'm not saying I hated season 4. There were definitely fantastic moments. It was just the season I just didn't care about. I thought it was just the weakest season, to be honest.
Sure.
But seeing that Frank Darabont is going to be back, out of retirement to direct 2 episodes, I'm gonna stay cautiously optimistic on this, Patrick. Let's move on from that to the meat of our episode this week. This is our game time segment, everybody, where we talk all the gaming news and reviews, and we have quite the news on Nintendo this week. Last week we talked about the lawsuit that Nintendo is doing against the game Palworld, which was a lawsuit of patent rights. Palworld actually responded. This is my source from PCGamer.com, and this is what the developers over at Pocket Pair said. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of patent infringements. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. And they continue to say, it is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort that this news has caused.
Yeah. Typical corporate speak.
Yeah. But it is interesting that they have said something about this, because there's been a lot of word, Pat, with everyone that's been following the news saying like, oh, Palworld is not, the devs over at Palworld are not going to really say much. They're going to keep quiet while this lawsuit is going. But no, they actually did. And this is actually some interesting news that the article ends on. Despite that the upcoming legal battle, Pocket Pair does not try to reassure fans that it'll be business as usual. Palworld was a surprise success this year, both for gamers and for us. We were blown away by the amazing response to the game and have been working hard to make it even better for our fans. We will continue to improving Palworld and strive to create a game for our fans can be proud of. So even though that this lawsuit is going, they still want to do updates. Very interesting that they still want to do that.
Well, I mean, they got to keep making money. That's all there is.
Well,
that's all there is.
I mean, that part I get, but I really thought they were just gonna probably just do something else and just leave Palworld be. But
that's their cash cow, man.
Oh no, I get it, dude. I really get it.
It was putting up record-breaking numbers on Steam, man. So it's like,
oh yeah,
zero chance they let it go if they don't need to.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because last week, if I remember correctly, we said that Palworld made like $500 million in sales.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. Matter of fact, let me check Steam charts. Yeah, the all-time peak for Palworld was 2.1 million concurrent players. So, just on Steam. That's huge.
Yeah. Wow.
So, that is absolutely massive. Let me see. Highest all-time concurrent player count. So, Palworld was second highest of all time, only overtaken by Black Myth Wukong after that launched. And number one is still PUBG.
Oh,
I know.
I shouldn't be surprised.
Anticlimactic. But yeah, I mean, up until Black Myth Wukong came out, Palworld was literally the second highest all-time concurrent player count on Steam. So this was huge. Absolutely huge. So of course they're gonna keep developing it.
Mhm. Patrick, let's move on from the Palworld news into other Nintendo news, which has been like the talk of town for like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Some information about the Nintendo Switch 2 apparently got leaked. Pat, I'm gonna let you take this over.
So
What exactly is going on?
there's not too much to it. 3D renders of the factory mock-up unit for the Switch 2, as well as its entire specification sheet, were leaked and uploaded to a Chinese website, and they've since been spread around the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So, with a simple Google search of Switch 2 leaks, you can read the whole spec sheet, which if you're a tech nerd and you're like super into hardware specifications and what they mean for the power of the system, look them up. It seems really promising.
Mm-hmm.
And then also you can see the 3D render of the factory mock-up. No surprise here. Switch 2 looks almost exactly like the first Switch. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It looks, obviously it's just a 3D render. There's no design language beyond the basic shapes. There's no specific colors, logos, anything like that. It's just what are the dimensions
Right.
of the system. The dock is not included in that, just the handheld and the Joy-Cons, which are supposedly magnetic this time rather than the snap lock that they have. So that's pretty cool. It seems like a pretty powerful handheld. Probably comparable to like maybe like a PlayStation 4. Which, some people are like, oh, it's just as powerful as a PS4, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Like, that seems disappointing, but having a PlayStation 4 comparable device in the palm of your hands with Nintendo's software library and taking it wherever you go on a huge bright like IPS screen sounds awesome.
Mm.
And it's like I've previously said, and sales figures speak for themselves. Nintendo doesn't need to compete in terms of power. Nintendo just needs to do what it does best, which is have a really rock solid lineup of good software and like innovative hardware, and they'll go crazy. So we still don't have an official announcement. We don't have an announcement of an well, okay. We have an announcement of the announcement in that Nintendo did say that they were going to reveal it before the year is over. But we're pretty quickly approaching the end of the year, and a lot of people thought that the Nintendo Direct that just happened at the end of September, they thought that's when that would happen, but it did not. So we'll see. But pretty cool. Really, really interesting. I'm excited. I love my Nintendo Switch. I got the OLED model when Splatoon 3 came out as an upgrade, and playing previously, I basically never played the Switch undocked. But getting the OLED made me play it in handheld so much that I realized how much I actually missed handheld gaming, like with my DS and my PSP and all that. So it like completely revitalized my love for a type of gaming that I just like thought had gone by the wayside. And now I want to buy a Steam Deck. And I've also I've bought an Analog Pocket in, since that time. So yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out.
I find it ironic that with what you said, because I think I'm quite the opposite. I originally got the Switch Lite when I got mine, but I'm more of a console gamer. So when I had like some friends over, they brought their Switch. I realized how much I missed console gaming. So I literally I sold my Switch Lite to like a friend, and used that and like some remaining money to buy the regular Switch.
It's funny. Yeah, I had the launch, like I was a day one adopter of the Switch. Like I pre-ordered and got it, day one. And I basically just like never played it undocked because I didn't, the innovation was impressive,
Right.
but I just wasn't that guy.
Yeah.
And the battery life wasn't like super, super great.
Yeah.
But I got the OLED, and that OLED screen was and the better battery life. Like that OLED screen was such a stark improvement that I would say 85% of my like Switch playtime now is like sitting up in my bed on handheld mode, just playing whatever. It's like a perfect little device. So, yeah.
Pat, we only have. We're in the beginning of October. We have 2 more months till the year ends. It'll be quite hilarious if Nintendo decided to announce the Switch 2 on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. No, I think they'll do it a bit earlier than that.
Yeah. Yep.
I think what they said to investors was that they were targeting a like first quarter 2025 release. Right. So, by like March or April of next year, it would be releasing at the latest.
Right.
Would be a guess. So definitely maybe like November, like maybe December, perhaps. I don't remember how long it was from, because I know the Switch came out in March. I just don't remember when the Switch reveal event was in comparison. But whatever, man. I'll be buying this day one.
When is their next Nintendo Direct?
We don't know.
Okay.
They pretty much announce their directs a week ahead of time.
Okay.
Usually, they're definitely not one to be like, "Hey, Nintendo Direct in 3 months."
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking because I was gonna say like maybe with one of their directs, they'll announce it sometime before the end of the year, but.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll announce it during a direct.
Yeah.
They'll probably have a direct that's specifically about the Switch too. But we don't know when.
We'll just keep an eye on that, Pat.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it like a hawk. I'm gonna buy it no matter. I'm gonna buy it no matter what. So it's a done deal.
All right, Patrick. Let's go ahead and dive into our Marvel Madness segment this week. Pat, have you finally watched Agatha all along?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
But I'm not caught up.
Okay.
I did not watch episode 3. It's really good.
It's really good.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Okay.
It's, I don't know. It's fun, and it's a reminder that maybe Marvel should scale back the budgets on their TV shows more often. Because the budget for Agatha all along, as I understand it, is really modest comparatively. I think it's like $49 million for the
Yeah.
whole show,
Mhm.
which is, you know, like it doesn't look amazing, but it's still really good.
Yeah.
And then you have something like, I don't know, Secret Invasion that costs like $210 million and it sucks. So, um, yeah, I really dig the characters. I like the premise a lot. It's just, I don't know, man. It's cool. Catherine Hahn's awesome. Aubrey Plaza's awesome. Like, hot girls. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's really cool, and I'm excited to catch up. I feel bad. I didn't do my homework because we were
No.
supposed to talk about episode 3, and then I just didn't have time to watch it.
It's okay, Pat. Honestly, like, I'm actually a little behind too because episode 4 just released last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But so it's great that you're actually enjoying this, Pat, because I know last week I know I said that I feel like Agatha had a bit of a slow burn for those first 2 episodes. I actually really enjoy where they took this show for episode 3.
Cool.
Really intense stuff. We get a lot of background knowledge of a lot of the characters, including one about Teen that honestly shocked me. And you know, like this time they're starting the trials to get their powers back, and what they have to go through is just really intense stuff. And the fact that this was just the first trial, man, I want Marvel to hold back no punches. I want them to give us their all for this show.
Right.
Yeah. And we also get some information about Agatha. I really think we're on the verge, Pat, of getting another sympathetic villain. And one thing with Marvel, with their sympathetic villains, they are great at that. Loki and Thanos.
Yeah. So I kind of like, I guess I don't necessarily have a problem with Agatha potentially being a sympathetic villain, but also I need mainstream media to stop doing sympathetic villains all the time. Sometimes I want a villain to just be a fucking big piece of shit because they like it. I don't need like tons of I don't need tons of emotional investment in every single villain, and it's fine if Agatha ends up being sympathetic, of course. But sometimes I just like mean villains who are mean because they like being mean.
Well, I think we like episode 3 packs. We get a good mixture of that.
Good.
Agatha really tries to take shortcuts with this trial, but she can't. And then with all the details that comes out about all these other characters, including Agatha, it makes you feel a little conflicted, if I'm going to be honest. But honestly, I wouldn't mind if Agatha ended up being a sympathetic villain, just because of what we get to learn with her in this episode. But yeah, I'm really excited to really see where this show goes. I was really happy with episode 3. Also, Pat, episode 3 it's the most intense episode we have so far, but it's also the most funniest episode we have so far. I was laughing my ass off like the entire time. It was
cool.
So good. It was so good. Can't wait to see episode 4. I might watch it tonight after we're finished with this episode.
Yeah.
But Pat, there's another thing that I think we're both excited about. Thunderbolts released its first teaser trailer, and Pat, this trailer looks pretty freaking awesome.
This is like the first Marvel trailer that actually made me really excited in a while. Marvel, I don't know. It's not that I'm like less excited for Marvels these days. It feels like, especially with their pivot to TV shows that happened after Endgame, it just feels like this never-ending machine. Like new Marvel's out. Hey, did you know new Marvel's out? Hey, like we got 3 TV shows and 4 movies this year. Here's trailers for all of them. But also here's trailers for next year. And it's hard to just like watch one trailer after the other and feel any kind of way about it. But this actually interests me. Like I have a palpable sense of interest in this. Like this is a genuinely good trailer. So, and I think this was the one that they showed at Comic-Con or D23, one of the two. That was like leaked everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they finally just said fuck it and they uploaded it. Yeah, I like this a lot. Super cool.
I'm really interested that they brought back trying to remember the character's name. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah, them. I wish I could remember their name.
Let me find it real quick.
Well, is it Ghost or
is it Ghost?
It might be.
Yeah, Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly didn't know that she was going to be in this movie until I saw the teaser.
Yeah, they brought back Ghost.
Yeah.
I mean, they it's cool, man. It looks cool. We got Bucky Barnes, who seems as morally ambiguous as ever. We got Yelena, who's a really good character.
Oh man.
Taskmaster is back with a not ugly mask. So like, what could possibly go wrong?
Oh yeah, and the other Captain America guy from the Falcon Winter Soldier show.
Yeah, U.S. Agent. Yeah.
U.S. Agent. That's it. Yeah, he's back too. Man, a very. We're in this like just really cool time of like villains and anti-heroes, Pat.
Yeah,
like
I'm digging it.
I know we have Kraven the Hunter coming out, but
oh boy,
but I mean, like right now we have like Agatha All Along, which is rocking it. We have like the Penguin, which is like incredible. We and then the Thunderbolts coming out with all these with this team of anti-heroes. It's really a nice change of pace to see that, and actually see it done well too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're eating good, dude. It's nice.
Oh man, yeah, I'm really excited for Thunderbolts. And Pat, let's stick to this theme of villains. Let me play my DC Talk segment real quick.
And for what purpose is this crime-fighting device?
Evil beware, we have waffles.
Evil beware, we have waffles. Pat, this is our DC discussion. Have you seen the first episode of Penguin yet?
Hey, so I'm caught up on Penguin.
Oh.
I have seen both episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, Pat, I am really enjoying the show.
What else do you want me to say, man? It's really good. It's
actually
genuinely like great TV.
Yeah, like Pat, I have to agree with you. Like, what else is there to be said about the show so far that no one has really said? This is some
high quality TV.
This is
buddy.
high quality, and this is like really complex stuff too, and it's so good. Episode 2 was really good. What's funny, I actually watched episode 2 right when I got home earlier today, so I'm still fresh off of episode 2. But man, Pat, Oz, he's gonna be going, as we see in episode 2, he's gonna be going through some close calls throughout this show. And
Yeah.
it's only gonna get more intense and more complicated. It's gonna just go down into this all-out war that I'm seeing with like the Falcone family and Oz being caught in the middle. Dude, who would have thought that the spin-off show from the Robert Pattinson Batman movie would end up being one of the best shows that we have this year?
Yeah, I know. And Kristen Milioti steals like every scene she's in.
Oh my god.
She's
Yes.
easily like my favorite part of the show. I mean, Colin Farrell obviously kills it as Penguin.
Oh yeah, and like honestly, like I don't even notice him. Like,
oh yeah, I get
like
I don't even know it's him.
Like even with the Penguin, the Batman movie that we got with Robert Pattinson, the makeup is just so well done for this for this character.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I saw it in theaters, but then when I watched it at home with my mom was like shocked when she saw the credits. Like it was Colin Farrell in the as Penguin. Yeah. This is awesome TV.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? Is it 9 episodes, I think?
I believe so.
9? Cool. Well, I'm hype. Next episode's in 3 days. It's Sunday nights. So
since we are caught up, Pat, I would like to, since we're both caught up, I would like to kind of to dump into a little bit of spoilers with these first 2 episodes, and most notably with episode 2. I love what Cobblepot is doing right now with messing with both sides of like the Falcone family and the other family. I can't remember the name, but the family that Clancy Brown character is a part of.
Right.
When he, like, beginning of episode 2, when he was trying to do his thing to move the drugs over, and it gets ambushed, and like the way that he is just planning this all out is so good, and it just shows that this character of this incarnation of the Penguin, he wants no sides. The only side that there is just him and him only.
Yeah.
And that is, it reminds me a lot of Walter White almost.
Sure. I could see it.
Yeah. Like, here I am talking about like how Cobblepot in this show so far is a complex character. Sophia Falcone.
Yeah, she's the best character in the show.
Oh, best character of the show. Talk about complicated. Talk about trauma.
Yeah.
When all these stuff that you find out about her in episode 2, with like what she had to go through in Arkham, and what she has to go through now, and like the type of therapy that she has to do to deal with that, is,
yeah,
it's done so well, and it's not done cliched at all. Like, we, like in other shows and movies, we see characters go to therapy. It doesn't really help them, whatever. But in this case, it's so refreshing to see none of that is really helping Sophia. All she wants is to avenge her brother's death. But if she does that, it will kind of put her back to how she kind of got back in Arkham. And I really, and what I really like to, about how complicated this whole thing is that her uncle is like in charge of like the whole family now. So he's the one making the calls, when it's Sophia saying, well, it should be me because this was my dad's company, not yours.
Yeah. No, she's a great character.
And And that it comes into that ending where Cobblepot does frame the bodyguard, and no one's really believing him. Not even Sophia. She wants to kill him, but her uncle ends up killing him.
Yeah.
Again, Pat, this is all gonna come down to one hell of a all-out war, and I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, I'm here for it. We got 2 really good Batman shows this year, man. And Batman's not even in this one yet. I mean, but we also got the Cape Crusader earlier this year on Prime.
Oh, I have not seen that yet.
Oh man, it's so good.
Ooh.
It was originally supposed to be on Max, and they passed on it. And they gave it to Amazon.
The Cape Crusader is that animated?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's animated, and it's done by Bruce Timm, who did the original animated series.
Okay.
So,
Bruce. Oh my God. Okay.
It's very, very good.
All right. I got some homework to do after this.
The guy does
episode.
the guy does a perfect like Batman Bruce Wayne voice. Obviously
yeah.
Kevin Conroy sort of irreplaceable, but I mean, great new take on Batman. And it's cool because it's this is like a tangent, but yeah, Cape Crusader is like, it takes place in the 40s. It's not like modern Batman. So.
Oh, okay. The 40s, and that's actually when the first Batman comic was released too, if I'm correct, right?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're taking it way back.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really, that's interesting. Okay. I know I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna stay up late, Pat, after we're done with this episode. I'm gonna watch the new Agatha episode, and then I'm gonna watch a little bit of Cape Crusader.
Yeah, I think Cape Crusader is like 12 episodes. I think. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool because it's like 1940s, but it's also like year one Batman. So it's like he's just starting out, and these are his 10 episodes. Yeah. Notably, it says season finale, so we are getting more of this, which is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely definitely watch it. It's awesome.
All right, Pat, we have some news of an upcoming movie that DC Studios and Warner Brothers are doing. With like the success of the Joker film and the success of the Penguin show that has come out so far with Penguin, we're getting a Deathstroke and Bane team up movie coming from DC Studios.
Okay, so it is a movie with both of them. It is not two individual movies.
Yes.
Sure, I guess. I feel like they should probably get individual movies first, but I mean, cool, I guess.
So here's the thing is that I'm okay with. First of all, this is James Gunn we're talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Because he's very committed to what he's doing with DC right now. We had like a whole announcement video of him like last year announcing like what movies he's doing. And I know the new Joker movie has just came out. I haven't seen it, but that first movie was incredible in the way of how they wanted to convey their message of like mental health and insanity. I am definitely okay with this team up movie.
Sure.
And plus, I do want to say Deathstroke is one of my favorite villains ever, and I really want a good live action adaptation of that character. We kind of got it with the Zack Snyder Justice League, but he only came in for like one cameo. It didn't even do anything
Yeah.
So I think Deathstroke is long overdue to get the live action treatment.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was also supposed to be a like back when Ben Affleck was still developing a Batman movie. I think Deathstroke was supposed to be like
He
the villain
was,
of the movie.
yes.
Yeah. Weird choice. Deathstroke is not a Batman villain. Deathstroke is a Teen Titans villain, but sure.
But so it's funny to say that because he's been like the Batman villain for quite a few years now. I mean, you fight him in Arkham Knight. You know, like I said, you know, he made a cameo in was it Justice League, if I remember? It was one of the Zack Snyder movies. So but you are right, Pat. He was originally supposed to be the
he's a Teen Titans. He's a Teen Titans villain.
Teen Titans villain. You know, I think everyone that's familiar with DC Comics knows the storyline with Tara, but it is hilarious. That he has been more so close to like a lot of Batman stories than Teen Titans stories. A writer has been confirmed, Matthew Orton, who is most notably known for creating the TV show Devil's Peak.
Oh,
Yeah.
never watched it, but I know of it.
Mm-hmm. He's actually an upcoming writer for the new Captain America movie. He's written a couple episodes of Moon Knight. He was a writer for the movie Operation Finale.
This guy's gotten around.
Yeah, interesting choice for someone who's actually worked with Marvel.
Yeah,
but it shouldn't be really new considering that James Gunn's work with Marvel too, and now he's like the CEO of DC Studios.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pat, like I said, I'm looking forward to it only because I really want to see Deathstroke. Where do you stand with this announcement right now?
I'm sure. I mean, I guess I'm interested in the idea. I see the vision. I mean, it's just like I'm a very like I haven't seen anything, so I can't be a too excited type person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess the idea is interesting. Cool to maybe finally get these characters, you know, I mean, I know Bane's been on screen in live action before, but maybe something a bit more faithful to the source material, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
No idea how they're gonna take it. So, but it's cool.
I think the one thing that I think will interest me is if this is going to be in its own universe, or is this going to be shared with like the Robert Pattinson Batman, or
I doubt it'll be shared with Pattinson.
Yeah.
I think that's just going to be its own thing.
Oh, I know, but the idea still interests me, depending what route they go. I think it's safe to say that so far, since the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, James Gunn has been killing it over at DC, and I don't know if you remember this, Pat, when the set photo came out of the new Superman movie. I know there were some fans that were kind of upset about how that picture looked. It was, Superman putting on his suit with the city being attacked, and Superman didn't look quite heroic putting that suit on.
I think it's a cool suit.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, just the picture alone, because if that set photo shows anything, it shows that what's Superman saving the world, at least by like that point in his life, it's just a job for him at that point. And I think it'll be really refreshing to see that side of Superman that we never really got in other films.
Yeah, for sure.
But So like with that, and with what, like I said, with what James Gunn is doing right now, I know the Batman was like in the works before James Gunn arrived, but I really trust this team up movie. But like I said, he seems really passionate about all of this.
Right.
I can't wait to see what he's going to do with the Green Lantern Corps movie. Having a Green Lantern movie, I know we kind of got one already, but I want a good adaptation of Green Lantern, Pat. And I so trust James Gunn giving us that good Green Lantern movie. It's long overdue. A lot of this is long overdue.
Well, we have a lot to look forward to.
We do. I really want to see Deathstroke kick ass. All right, everybody. And that is going to do it for this week's episode of Party Pastime. A lot to look forward to in the next coming years with the Nintendo Switch 2, the Thunderbolts movie, and the Deathstroke and Bane movie coming out, along with a lot of other movies under James Gunn's DC movies. Pat, I really want to see DC finally overtake, well, maybe not overtake, but get on the level of at least what Marvel has been doing with their movies.
Yeah.
And I think so far, so good.
We'll see.
Batman was great. Penguin is incredible. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the future with DC Studios. Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of Party Pastime, everybody. But the party is not yet over, because next week, Patrick and I are going to talk about the Joker sequel, the Wild Robot, the new episode of Agatha, the new episode of Penguin, and also some news of Warner Brothers and Harry Potter facing a lawsuit. But until then, Pat, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at PattyWiseTheClown, and that's it.
And you can find me at Tommy.Zombie on Instagram. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all next time. But until then, party on, partiers. And that's that on that.
And that's that on that.